tired, burned out, broke. That was me. I was totally broken. And I felt like I just wanted to give up. I was really done with my business. I remember having this really big argument with my now ex-husband, and I said, you have it, I just want to walk away. And I was done. I was so tired of hustling and pushing and striving, and I didn't want to be in that place anymore. And I didn't want to be in that kind of alpha energy where I just wanted to get back to my flow, my feminine flow. And I remember having this conversation with my friend Susie Walker, and we both were like, we just want to get back to kind of flow. And I know that I've had periods of my life where life has been easy and life has flowed. And there have been times where I've hustled and I've pushed. But when I've hustled and pushed, things don't, although I'm working hard, things don't happen and come to me. But when I'm in my flow, things start to happen, even though I'm working less hard and I'm feeling good and better about my life. But I know that sometimes things, you can get off kilter. And you know, when you're trying to like screw in something, or and sometimes you get the wrong ridge and it just doesn't quite connect properly. And I think that's how we are in life sometimes, that we just get out of kilter, we're not in the right groove. And when we're not in the right groove, we have to work 3 times as hard just to get anywhere and get some traction, get some movement. But when we press pause and we sort of realign, so we're in the right groove, things just flow, and it is so much easier. So if you are feeling stuck right now, this video is just for you. So if you're feeling stuck right now, today I'm sharing how I turned everything around and stepped into that flow. This is not some 6-figure flex or some kind of like, oh, I'm amazing, because I'm on the journey and I'm still on that journey. When I walked away from my marriage, I left everything and I had to start again. And it was a really tough time, and I'm still navigating my way through that. I can't say too much, but I'm navigating my way through that. But what I can say is that when you have to rebuild, when you are utterly stuck and lost and you have to rebuild, it is scary. But if you listen to the whispers, there are so many opportunities that can come your way. I suppose that breaking point for me was in April 22 when I left my marriage, and I really was stuck. I had to start again, and I had my son to feed and clothe, and had to sort out housing and living and all of those things. And at the same time, I had to hold it all together and make my business work. And that was not easy. It was definitely, there were moments of complete and utter panic and thinking, oh my God, I'm just going to have to live on my credit cards. And I allowed myself that space to breathe and listen to my intuition. I allowed myself the time to journal, to reflect. And I am so grateful that I did that, rather than diving into the next project, which is usually my sort of mode of operation. I pressed pause. And if you are feeling stuck right now, by pressing pause, it seems counterintuitive. But actually, when you press pause and allow intuition to come in, then actually opportunities open up for you, because you are doing the things that you're meant to do rather than the things that you feel you ought to do. And so allow yourself the space to just reconnect with what you actually want, what feels good to your business, what feels right for you. And when you're on the path where you're in that groove and that flow, then things come easily to you and so many opportunities open up for you. So allow yourself the space to be and reconnect with you and what you really want. But for me to get to that point was really radical. I had to just press pause and really do it in a sort of dramatic way where I recalibrated everything. And so while it might not be quite as dramatic as my sort of leaving everything, but what you can do is really allow yourself to say, is this what I really want? Do I want this for my life? Or is there a bigger vision that I want for myself? Is there something greater that I know that I'm getting, that those little whispers of intuition that my soul is calling me? Or maybe you're not feeling like you're getting the whispers of your soul, but the red flags are there, like, you don't want to do this. This feels off and icky. And if that's you right now, where it just feels like, ooh, don't want to do this, allow yourself the space to breathe. I was seeing it with a client this week where she's building her business and her energy was of stress and pushing and hustle, and things weren't working, like tech wasn't working, and she wasn't getting the results and the answers that she wanted from various people, and her energy was of hustle and striving. And it's at that point where you just want to pull yourself back, press pause, and just allow that space. And when you start listening to your inner wisdom of what you really want to do, what feels good to you, rather than what everyone else says you should do, that's when amazing opportunities come your way. When you're moving from that feeling broken stage to rebuilding, allow the quiet space, the reflection, so you can really figure out what you want to do rather than pushing and hustling and striving. Allow time for simplification, where you make things easy. Easy is one of my favorite words. So I make it as easy as possible. I've removed all the hoops, all the kind of complicated systems. I make it as easy as possible. And in doing that, things feel so much better, rather than trying to do every sort of new thing, a new strategy, a new system that everyone else wants, says, oh, you should try this or do this. Make things simple. I prioritized energy over effort. So I really listened to my voice within and looked at how I felt about doing something, and whether I felt energized by it and excited by it, or I felt depleted and drained by it. And so once I started really looking at that, and it was kind of a return on investment. So it wasn't just I love the woo, but it was also this isn't bringing me a return on investment, so I'm not going to do it anymore. And in really looking at what excites you, what energizes you, and what's bringing you that return on investment of your energy, not just financial return, then I realized actually I really enjoy being on LinkedIn. I love the friendships and the connection. And so I get a buzz from it. And so I spent more time on that. I made friendships, and that in turn led to more business. And it created a little microcosm of excited energy and people who were excited to be there and support each other. And that led to more business and more opportunities. But it came because my energy felt good. So if you are doing something, if it doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it. You are giving yourself permission to press pause. I worked on my money mindset every single day, and I still do that today. I've talked about abundance meditations, and I've got one. I'd love to share it with you. I'll share the link below. I really looked at visualizing my dream life, what I wanted to create. And I use meditations. I love Reiki Rachel on YouTube, and I will listen to those abundance meditations every day. I love Paul McKenna. He has this great abundance meditation. It's in his Power Manifesting book. And I will listen to those every day, which help me to create the kind of life that I want to lead. And so when you step into that kind of visualization of what you want to achieve, it becomes your reality. But you have to see it, and you have to visualize it and believe it. And that's why I'm such a big believer in having a vision board. So creating a vision of what you want your life to be, where you want it to be, and then from that, turning that into a vision board. So you have that on your phone, you have that stuck on your fridge. And, you know, I look at that on my phone, it's my wallpaper on my phone, on my laptop. And so I'm seeing it every day of what is possible. I can't stress the power and beauty of having support enough. So support from people who get your vision, whether that is a virtual assistant or a coach or your partner. Having people who light you up and support you along the way is so wonderful. And I love having this pool of people who support me and uplift me. And it's, you know, those people who get your vision and also want to help you nurture your vision is so important. While we want to stop the noise, and I think there are times where you can actually maybe press pause on coaching. So you do and listen to your own internal, your own internal dialogue, and you understand this is what I want to create. That has only been possible for me because I've used therapists and Reiki healers to help me to reconnect, to step into my abundance and my intuition. And then once I have that vision, then I'm ready to talk to my coach so that I get that ongoing support. Because we need support, we need the stepping stones along the way, but we want to make sure that it's our vision, our dream, rather than someone else's. So the final thing I want to say is I created a flow-based business. And what I mean by that is really by simplifying, rather than doing what I should do and the launch 6 times a year and kind of being in that energy. I listen more to my own internal energy where I still launch, but they're very easy soft launches where it's not pushing and striving. And I'm still selling on a repeated basis, but it's energetically in flow, and it's so much easier and it's more aligned with me and who I am. It's softer, but also it's more in alignment with my son and school holidays and all of the other things that I have going on in my life. So it doesn't feel like I'm pushing and hustling and striving. It's just a more gentle experience, but it feels so much better. And when you are in that zone, when you're in the abundance zone, life opens up for you. And that means I am so much more excited to work with clients I love, to be there for people I love, to support my friends, my family, and just create a life that I love. And it's not perfect, but it's mine, and I'm passionate and I'm excited about it. So if you are feeling tired or burnt out or broken or broke, and you are feeling like really lost, know that you can build a life that you love. But the first step is to really reconnect with you and figure out what you want, rather than trying to chase someone else's dream and someone else's idea of what you should be doing in your life. Create the vision of your life that's yours, that works for you. And it might not be as kind of scaly and glitzy and whatever, but it's your wonderful life that makes you happy and enables you to be there for the people you love, to reconnect with your family, to see your friends more, to enjoy the quieter pace of life that enables you to lead a life you love. So if this resonated and you feel like you are ready to step into your abundance, then check out my abundance meditation below. And that vision board I mentioned, I'll share the link below. And if you liked this, I would love you to subscribe. Please stick around and subscribe so I can make more content that works for you. And I hope to get to know you more and see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, bye, bye. And if you like this podcast, I would love you to subscribe. Please click to subscribe. I'm new in the podcasting space, but I am here to stay. I'm on YouTube and I would love to get to know you more. So please click and subscribe, and I'll be sharing more kind of nuggets of inspiration and hopefully be sharing my journey along the way, the highs and the lows, and some of the moments where it's like, and the moments of joy too. Thanks for being here. Bye, bye, bye.